Jerry Jones, please never change. Welcome back to Pro Football Addiction. Let's talk about this Cowboys head coaching hire. Now, while the NFL's hiring cycle for head coaches has been filled with franchises hiring promising up-and-comers, or if you're the Las Vegas Raiders, a 73-year-old coach, the Dallas Cowboys went in a different direction. Brian Schottenheimer is replacing Mike McCarthy as the next head coach of America's team. That's right. Jerry made an internal hire. He's following up one meh head coach who actually probably did better than most of us thought he would, I guess, with a career offensive coordinator who coordinated a very average offense this last season. Oh, and Brian Schottenheimer is, of course, hiring Matt Eberflus to be his defensive coordinator. You know, that guy who was an absolute disaster in Chicago and was fine, but not great in Indianapolis. Here's what Jones told ESPN about the hire. He said, Brian Schottenheimer is known as a career assistant, but he ain't Brian no more. He's now known as the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. You absolutely cannot make this stuff up. Schottenheimer, the head coach of the Cowboys, is 51. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but he's never been a head coach, despite being the son of Hall of Good head coach Marty Schottenheimer. This isn't like Aaron Glenn, who is 52 and a former player who had to break his way into the industry after a long career. He went from the Indoor Football League GM to NFL scout to assistant DB coach before running his own room as a position coach in 2016. He made it to the pinnacle of his profession in just over 10 years, which is super impressive. However, that's not the case for Schottenheimer. He's been coaching since 1997, and he got his first job as a position coach in the NFL in 2001. Again, 2001. Now, there has to be a reason he's just getting his first crack at running a team now, right? Well, I've got a theory, but first, for some context, yards per play is a great stat, better than total yards in my opinion. Over a period of time, it shows how efficient a team is at moving the football. Now, generally, better offenses have a better yards per play average. Now, here's where Schottenheimer's offenses have ranked each year in yards per play during his time as an OC. 20th, 11th, 17th, 16th, 22nd, 14th, 20th, 16th, 21st, 10th, 12th, 5th, and then the Cowboys last season were 18th. So 14 seasons as an offensive coordinator with 4 different franchises and only 2 top 10 offenses in that span. Now, I told you I'd tell you about my theory, right? My theory is that Schottenheimer is very average at what he does. You'd have to wonder if he'd get 4 cracks at it if he didn't have his name, to be honest. And that's why he hasn't gotten an opportunity, especially one like this, until now. But God bless Jerry Jones for giving us this hire. Jerry absolutely loves a yes man. Having somebody who will fall in line with what he wants is a top requisite for coaching in Dallas. Maybe the top requirement if we're being honest with ourselves. I was reading a Cowboys blog that said that Schottenheimer, knowing that he's getting into such a situation, is probably a good thing. Which makes sense, but is kind of crazy at the same time, right? Think about Jerry Jones, the owner. Think about the reputation that he has. Think about whether it's the memes, whether it's the pictures that have been snapped on somebody's cell phone off to the side, or whether it's just the way that he runs the Dallas Cowboys organization, the biggest and most well-known organization in America's #1 sport. Just think about working for him as an owner. You look at the offensive coordinators who have gotten head coaching jobs this year. Liam Cohen is 39. His offense was 4th in the NFL in yards per play. Ben Johnson was 38. His offense was 2nd. Brian Schottenheimer, 51 years old, was 18th in the NFL this season. Jerry Jones is an 82-year-old man. He has an aging quarterback in Dak Prescott, who is coming off of a season-ending injury. His franchise hasn't made it past the divisional round since January of 1996. That is 1 year before Schottenheimer broke into the coaching industry. About 10,000 days later, he is now the head coach of the Dallas Cowboys. I truly wonder how this is going to go. Now, if you're a Cowboys fan, I've seen many of your thoughts. This is not just hate on the Cowboys. I wanted the Cowboys to get Deion Sanders, but I'd love to know your thoughts. If you're a Commanders fan, if you're an Eagles fan, or even a Giants fan in this moment, I'd love to know what you think about this. I would imagine fans of Dallas's division rivals are maybe slightly happier right now than Dallas fans, or at least the ones that I've seen on the internet. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. I appreciate you guys, as always, for watching Pro Football Addiction.